Welcome to Briny May Bakes. Today I have my lovely husband Steve, also known as Steve Briny's husband on Instagram. Yes, it is really my husband. Today we're going to make profiteroles, just to prove that really anyone can make profiteroles. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, so anyone.
Anyone. So have you ever made profiteroles in your life?
No.
No. Do you ever really bake?
No.
No? Okay,
I
good.
cook, I don't bake.
You don't bake, okay. So that's what we're going to do today.
Okay.
All right. In this bowl, we've got 150 grams of plain flour, a teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of caster sugar. In here, in the pan, we've got 250 ml of water with 100 grams of unsalted butter. The first thing we're going to do is melt the butter down in the pan until the butter has melted and it's slightly boiling around the outside. Because Steve's got a microphone on, which means he can't move, I'm going to do that. Okay, so bear with me one moment. While we're waiting for the butter to melt, we are going to crack, you are going to crack the eggs into the jug, ready to pour in later. So if you could crack all the eggs into the jug, please.
Yep.
Look at that skill.
You said that, you cursed me. See?
Oh, nice, that's fine, it's all good. Awesome.
Yep.
Oh.
There you go. It's right.
Perfect.
It's fine.
Good work. And I'll get a fork so we can give them a little whisk.
Yep.
Butter's melting nicely. Right, give them a whisk. Steve actually came up with the flavours for these profiteroles, didn't you?
I did. Well, I thought if I'm going to be making them, I should have some input into what they taste like.
So they're going to be, the chocolate ganache is going to have some rum in it and a little bit of salt. And then the filling is a whipped cream with a ginger syrup in, which is delicious. Excellent beating of the eggs.
Thank you. It was a
I know, it was a tough one.
Okay.
Right,
now,
so the butter has melted into, obviously into the water. What we're going to do is we're going to pour the flour in one fell swoop, and then you're going to beat furiously. Right, beat furiously. There we go. So it starts off looking a little bit like mashed potatoes. Oh, calm down. It starts off looking a bit like mashed potatoes. Yeah, no, more furiously. Beat, beat, beat. And it starts coming together then. That's it, lovely. And it will start coming together in a ball and coming off the sides. So nice that I don't have to do this bit. Doing great. That's it, keep going, keep going. Bit more, bit more, bit more. Lovely, fantastic.
Yep.
Stop. Yep. So now you should have some choux that looks like that. So it still does look a bit like mashed potato.
It's quite satisfying.
Yeah, but it should come in a ball off the sides of the pan. Whilst we're waiting for that to cool, we're going to make the chocolate ganache. We've got 200 grams of dark chocolate and I've got 200 ml of double cream on the hob. I'm just going to go turn that on to heat up. With ganache, when you're heating the cream, you want it to be steaming and bubbling slightly around the edges. You don't want it to be on a rolling boil because you'll end up with some lumpy ganache.
Nobody wants that.
No, we don't want lumpy ganache. It's steaming and bubbling around the edges. I'm going to pour it over the chocolate.
Should I not be pouring it?
Probably, sorry. It's hard to relinquish control. No. Right. When you've poured the cream over, you want to leave it just for a few minutes to melt the chocolate. So it's just, yeah, so you don't want to stir it straight away, otherwise it won't have melted the chocolate yet.
Right.
So you need to leave it just for a few minutes.
Okay, I can wait.
So we'll just stand here and stare at it for a few minutes.
Okay.
Now we've left it for a few minutes, you, because I'm relinquishing control, you are going to stir it until it becomes a nice, smooth ganache.
Is this slow stirring or
I mean,
like,
just,
you know,
not furiously like you did with the...
Less furious.
Less furious. Slightly angry stirring.
Slightly angry stirring. That's the level of stirring.
Don't be angry at the ganache. Love the ganache. So now we've got a nice, runny, shiny ganache. It's got a nice sheen to it. We're going to add a bit of the rum. So I'm going to regret saying this, but Steve, you're in charge of adding the rum.
Okay, but don't eat these before driving.
Just a little bit. Stop! Fabulous. That'll be enough.
So when you said I was in charge, what you meant was I had to do what you told me.
It's like our marriage, really, in general, isn't it? Woo, that's a lot of rum. Wow. Do you want to try it, just to be sure?
Yeah, go on.
You're not driving anytime soon, are you? Enough? More?
A bit more.
Bit more? Okay. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, that's definitely enough. We also are going to put a bit of salt in it. So it's a slightly salted Ganache.
Yeah.
Is that good now?
Yeah.
Have you just tried it?
No. I'm just going with the smell.
Oh, sorry. Might have a little try though.
In case I've gone too far.
It's too late though if we've gone too far now. It's not like we can do about it. Yeah?
That's good.
Is there enough salt as well?
A little bit more?
A little bit more?
One more twist. Or several.
Well, several, sorry. We're going to set that aside to dip the profiteroles in later. So we've let the choux pastry cool down a little bit, so we're not going to curdle our eggs. There are 4 medium eggs in here, but we're not going to use all of the eggs. This is really key to making choux pastry. You don't necessarily need all of the eggs. It can change one day to the next, depending on how much moisture there is going on. So we're going to pour a little bit in, and then you're going to beat it. So pour about half in.
All right.
That was more than half, but never mind.
Right.
And it will look a little bit like, it will look a little bit gross, but just keep going. No, come on.
Oh, right. Well, you didn't tell me the...
You can, the level of fury.
level of fury required.
Go crazy. That's it.
Yeah.
So now it looks like slightly thicker mashed potato.
Yep.
We're going to do the little test to see if it's ready.
Okay.
And the test is, but you get it between, it's still a bit hot. Get it between your fingers, like this, and then you go like that. And if the top falls over, then it's ready. But, just saying that.
But you're going to say it's not.
No, let's see that
yeah,
actually
right.
on second attempt is not quite ready yet.
So do more than one attempt.
Do more than one attempt, because that I think was just a fluke. Right, so we're going to add, now I say you beat these eggs well, Steve.
And now you're...
I might have to retract my earlier statement.
Well, it's not when you told me to. Okay.
So a little bit more.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to hazard a guess that that's enough, but we'll see. Calm down, Steve.
Sometimes too much fury.
Fabulous. So it's all incorporated again. Still looks like mashed potato.
Yep.
But that's okay. So we're going to do the test again. Yeah. So you can see the little...
Try again.
Hang on. There you go, yeah.
Okay.
So you've got the little peak falls over. So that's enough. There is another test you can do, actually. Can I show you?
Yep.
So when you bang it off the spoon, you should have a V. So that means that it's ready as well. So there's a few tests you can do to make sure your choux is ready. Right, so to get the choux into the piping bag, you want to kind of fold it back on itself a little bit.
Okay.
And then hold it, that's it, like that. And we're going to put it in. That's it. Don't worry about getting it all the way to the end. Hang on, a bit too far away.
Oh. Go on, strip it off.
That's it. So once you've got all your choux in your piping bags,
And some on your hands.
and some on your hands, and some on the... This is going to be for in a minute. So you want to get it up like that, shake it down, and then squeeze the top bit together. That's it, and then kind of just squeeze it down a little bit, and then give it a bit of a twist. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to snip the end off, leaving you, don't squeeze too much now, because otherwise it'll just go at the end. So you want about a sort of centimetre and a half end bit. Some people use a nozzle, but I don't bother. Now, in order to stop these bits moving, the best thing to do is to pipe a tiny bit in each corner and pop it down. It's your first test.
I've never piped anything.
You never?
before in my
Oh,
life.
it's exciting. I didn't realise you never piped anything.
You know when we said, have you ever baked? And I said no.
Yeah.
Was that not a clue?
Well, I mean, you know, all right, clever clogs. In order to get your choux, whatever size choux you want, the same, you know, all of them sort of equal size, you want to count as you're piping. So you go, I'm just going to show you and then you can try, okay? So you go 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 2, 3, off. Now, they'll have little points, but don't worry, that's absolutely fine. So what you're doing is you're squeezing the bag as you're counting to 3.
Yep.
Then stop,
Yep.
and then lift off.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, off, and hold the. That's it. Yeah, good. It's first attempt. Hold the
paper.
with the paper
Yeah.
with your other hand,
Yeah.
if you can.
1, 2, 3.
Very good. All right, he's going one-handed now. Right, a little bit more, I reckon. You're going quite small on those. Ah, look at that. Skills. Very good. So just keep going now. I reckon you can go a little bit bigger than those. Now we're going to get rid of our little peaks. So all you do is you dip your finger in, and what that does, and then tap it on top of your profiterole, and it.
Apart from that one, he's collapsed.
No, he can be recovered.
Okay.
The wonder of water. You literally just shape it back into what you want it to be. So there you go. Problem solved.
Oh, okay.
And you're just tapping it down because this will help them get the dome shape that you want. So just get a little bit of water, sprinkle a little bit extra on top. It's very nice. Good sprinkling movement. Now we're going to put those in the oven. They go in the oven for a 200 degrees C fan, 220. What was the word?
Conventional.
Thank you, conventional. And they go,
non-fan,
yes, non-fan as I've been using. And they go in for between 16 and 18 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. You want them to be puffed up and golden brown.
Now we will stand here and watch the oven until they are ready.
No, we're going to make the cream for the middle.
No, we're not. We're going to make the cream for the middle.
Yes, we are. So we made our ganache to dip them in. Now we're going to make the cream. We're now going to make the filling for the profiteroles, which is 300 ml of double cream.
And a whiny dog.
And a whiny dog. We'll sort him out in a minute.
A different flavour, put him in there.
Yeah, we'll just turn this on. And we're going to whisk it up to stiff peaks. Good, and stop.
So that's just experience
Getting it to the right point, yeah. I mean,
like...
thing is it's so easy to go over. I mean, that's not quite ready. I'm just going to have to do it for a minute more. Well, not even a minute, probably. Yeah, so that's, I mean, even that there is almost over whipped. But that's
so
about right.
Right.
It can change really quickly. So we're going to switch to the paddle attachment so that we don't over whisk. That's the one. Very good. It's the only other attachment that was there, but...
I didn't pay attention. But yes, it was the only one that was there.
And I'm going to pour in, because you can use ground ginger, but I use I use stem ginger quite a lot for baking, and it comes in this stem ginger in the syrup. So I'm going to use that to flavour the filling. Yeah.
Was this after Prue said, don't use powder?
Don't use powder,
yeah. Flavour as you bake.
Sorry, this isn't getting baked though, so it's fine. So I would just pour in some of the syrup. Again, this is more like, you know, personal taste.
Smells good.
Yeah, and then just very gently mix it in. Well, hey, those are yours on the top. Yeah, perfect. And that's going to go into a piping bag. So we're just going to you're going to do all the piping into the profiteroles.
Okay, no pressure.
No pressure. Do you want it easier just if you do it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah?
I don't really know. I've got it.
Yeah, go on then. Just put the cream in the piping bag. There you go. Job's a good one.
So you just actually ready?
No, not yet. So we're just gonna squeeze it down a bit again and just twist it, and then we'll just set that aside with the ganache ready for the profiterole. So you can put that there.
Yep.
The ganache is good. We can put that there. And yeah, so we're ready for when the profiteroles come out. Don't touch them hot. Here we go. Here are your profiteroles.
Yeah.
You made profiteroles.
Fresh out the oven.
How cool is that? They do, they look great.
Slight variation in size and shape.
Hey, come on, these are profiteroles. Right, what we're going to do, now we're going to poke holes in the bottom. So literally turn it over, pop a knife in and then just give it a little twist.
Right.
You can make quite a big hole because you're going to pipe the cream into it. Perfect.
Cool.
And then leave the ones that you've done turned over so you know that you've done those.
Oh, just crack that one, sorry.
Don't worry, they will crack sometimes. Once you've put the holes in the bottom, you put them back in the oven with the oven turned off to just dry out in the oven for, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then take them out of the oven to cool. This just keeps them nice and crisp so they don't go soggy.
Okay.
So we're going to pop those back in the oven when it's turned off.
Yep.
What we're going to do now is we're going to fill them. So we've got our cream already in a bag, and I've very helpfully put the scissors away, so I'm just going to go and get those.
Does that a lot?
I do that a lot. I tidy up.
I'm like, where's that gone? It's like, well, I've tidied it away.
Don't squeeze. You all right?
Yeah.
It's a bit.
No, I was just getting it.
Okay, right. I'll just show you how to do one, and then you can do the rest, okay?
Yeah.
So just squeeze it to the end. Then you're going to poke the nozzle. Well, it's not really a nozzle. The piping bag, the end, into the profiterole, and just squeeze. Squeeze for like a few seconds until you can feel basically when it's starting to fill up, and it will start to
burst.
that one burst, but you don't really want it to burst. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Right.
That's it. Squeeze. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You can actually see the cream starting to appear around the bottom. Keep going.
Yeah. Ew.
Stop.
It's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out.
Oh.
Drop it.
Sorry. So you keep going, filling them up. You're just picking your favourites.
No, that one really didn't really have much of a hole in the bottom, so.
That's it. Keep going. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So you don't want an empty profiterole. You want it nice and full of cream. Good work. Now that our your profiteroles are all filled with cream, we are going to dip them in our lovely rum ganache, salted rum ganache.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we're going to top them with a little walnut because the walnut goes really well with the ginger and the rum. Just finishes it off nicely and it looks pretty. Shall I show you one?
Go for it.
So you just dip it in, not all the way. Give it a little wiggle. Let a few bits drip off and then kind of twist it round because you don't want it going all down the side. You want it just on the top.
Right, okay.
Like that.
Right, here we go.
That's it. Give it a twist. That's it. Twist. Very nice. Good twist. There you go. Right, keep going. I'll do the easy bit and top it with the walnut.
So I suppose the challenge after this then is for me to make these all by myself.
Yeah, step by step, Diane. Baby steps. And that's it. You made
All done.
profiteroles.
Yeah.
All right. Well done. They look amazing and they taste yummy too. Do you want to try one?
Let's go. I'm going to go for this one.
Give me that one. All in.
All in.
All in one. To get the full. Yeah, nice. Good.
Yeah, really good.
Good. Awesome. Well done, darling. You did a grand job. And thanks for coming on my YouTube channel with me. So if you like the video, please do like it underneath and subscribe. And we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.